Yeah, we play it all in night. Yeah, need it all in advance. The opposition already ready for it. Like a supper we eating, it won't be the last. Grind out the muscle, pull up. Parker right on the grass. We coming in, take over everything, run it up. Not that holding me back. 3 in the wood, rushing. I don't like Dutch, don't even matter, you know I'm a face. And when I roll a paper, I like to go double. Run up a check, flip a W, make it an M. I need a couple to...
Welcome to Takeover, the most underrated sports debate show on YouTube. And although we're going through some different times, we're back to you guys with another episode.
As you know, my name is Josh.
My name is Deandra.
My name is Cam, and this is Takeover.
So to start off, the coronavirus has become a pandemic across the U.S. and across the whole world, and so much so that organizations like the NFL, NBA, NCAA, and MLS, they have taken action to suspend or to put a halt to the seasons. So what is you guys' reaction to this?
Usually, like when there's a pandemic or something weird going on in the sports world, we usually have sports to get our mind off of that type of thing. But now this pandemic has gotten so serious to the point where it's the cancellation of most of our sports is happening right now. And being a millennial, being in this college state, it's kind of like having an Instagram, really. The coronavirus has been around maybe it was a couple months back, and no one really took it as serious. A lot of jokes going on, a lot of, it's not that, it's a borderline flu. It can only hit old people because it's kind of like the flu symptoms, but it's bigger than that. And I feel like our generation is kind of at fault for this happening as well, because we don't necessarily know how to take the things that need to be serious as they should. Because now that celebrities got it, now that Rudy Gobert has got it, now that, who was the actor? Was it Tom Hanks? Tom Hanks who got it. Now we're all eyes on focused. But what about the people that can't afford the health care to get help? What about the people that need those type of things? They get no attention. But since someone bigger and more financially stable than them has this illness and is maybe more globally known, they get that attention. And you kind of seen that clear with the whole Rudy Gobert thing as he was touching all the mics, being very playful. Now he has his other star player in quarantine as well, and now the whole Jazz and Oklahoma City Thunder are away from their families as well. So when you factor all that in, when pandemics or anything have to come around and they're affecting sports, they're affecting life, we got to end up taking them more seriously. I feel like more things with this generation are jokes. We joke about everything. We were joking about maybe when the start of what like World War III.
Yeah,
we're joking about everything. But now it's serious, and now it's here. It's in America. It's not foreign.
Well, I agree with what you're saying. All the memes were a bit over the line, but I guess the scariest part to me is we really don't know anything about it. Like, we know the symptoms right now. You know, we know that it has the same symptoms as the flu, but we don't know how to cure it. We don't know if there's like a second turn in it. Like, that's the scariest part to me. So we don't know what's going to happen until we, get everything under control. Other than that, I really don't know what to say because there's no sports. Like, what we're doing right now is irrelevant now. There's nothing for us to talk about. There's no NBA, there's no MLS, the only thing that's still going on is the XFL, and they're going to be playing in empty stadiums.
Yeah.
I'm really at a loss for words. The worst thing was I was sitting there watching the Hawks game when the news came through, and it took me a solid 15 minutes to realize that was probably Vince Carter's last game. And just the abruptness of it is what really shook me, is just the abruptness of how all this stuff happened, because it was like, are they going to do anything? What's going to happen? Like, could there be cancellations? Could there be more security measures? And then Rudy Gobert tested positive, and bam, NBA is done, MLS is done, MLB is done, NHL. Like, it was just so sudden. Like, I don't really think I've really processed it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't really know what else to say than that.
You should go on SportsCenter and be like, what are we talking about today?
Yeah, there's what is Stephen A. and Max Kellerman going to talk about? Like, what is FS1 going to be talking about? Like, there's nothing else to be talking about other than the NFL offseason. And there's only so many things you can talk about with that. So it's weird and it's surreal, and I really, like I said, like outside of like I don't know what to say.
Well, first, I want to wish Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell a speedy recovery, and everybody else that may have contracted the virus, let them get well soon. It's like we were enjoying the NBA season. Then it came to where, okay, we're not going to play any games with fans in the stadium. And then Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell have the virus. And it's just, like you guys alluded to, it's like we use sports to escape life. And life hit us in the face while watching sports. And it's not just Rudy Gobert or Donovan Mitchell. It could be the refs. It's the fans in the stadium. It's the media, the cameramen, everybody else. And I think the NBA took the right steps in suspending the season.
Absolutely.
Although we're fans and we love the sports, and we also love the players as well. And we love sports because it brings us all together as one. So if it takes the NBA season to be suspended for the health and well-being of society, then so be it.
At the same time, though, a lot of people don't realize this also takes away from jobs. What about the people that have to work at these stadiums? I know Mark Cuban said he was going to find a payroll for
but
the
Mark
people
Cuban's
there.
a different breed of billionaire.
No, yeah, he is.
There are plenty of other billionaires out there that I feel like are just going to be like, nah, man, they're not working. They don't get money.
Yeah,
So I respect Mark Cuban for that. That was a classy move by him.
yeah.
All right, in less captivating news, about a week ago, the Lakers and Clippers faced off in the Battle of L.A. Lakers took the W, and it could have been a potential preview of a playoff series. So after this game, who do y'all think has the edge in this series so far?
At the beginning of the season, I said that the Clippers would win in the Battle of the LA because of how in-depth they are as a team, 3 best elite defenders, and then you have a bench who is spectacular, and then they added Morris and Reggie Jackson to it. And I still have them winning in a 7-game series. But furthermore, after seeing LeBron show up, and the Lakers play as well, like the team as a whole played as well, but after seeing how LeBron played against Giannis and how he followed that up and played against the Clippers, I think that really showed us what the Lakers can do as a team. You have their defense on the inside, and then you have LeBron's post-up game, and they're adding Dion Waiters, who's, I believe he's a microwave player, and he could really, he could get them points, and he's a former teammate of LeBron. But the one way I think the Lakers would be able to beat the Clippers is all of their players is going to have to be playing above their average, meaning there's no just average. You have to play at the best of your ability constantly, every single game. And then that gives chances for people like Kyle Kuzma and Avery Bradley to make a contribution to the team. For example, Avery Bradley had 24 points and went, I think, 6 for 12. So he was able to shut down Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell for that part. So I'm not counting out the Lakers. I still have the Clippers in 7, but I believe they're still contenders as they always been.
When I was watching this game, a lot of people look for the big matchups between Kawhi and LeBron James, but I feel like the playoff series are really won by the others, as in those bench players that come off, or the players not on the Lakers at least, that are not named AD and LeBron James. And so the others did show up, and that's why this game was as good as it was. Avery Bradley had 24 points. Kyle Kuzma wasn't that good on the offensive side of the ball, but he had 10 boards, and he played great defense and also had 2 blocks. You know, Avery Bradley, as he's a good two-way, but I don't see him being able to score that much again. I feel like Kyle Kuzma is going to have to step up again for the Lakers to even make this a competition. Because I have Clippers in 6. A lot of people have Lakers in 7. I think Clippers are going to get them in 6. Lou Williams had a cold game that time, and Marcus Morris scored 1 point. So, I mean, when you look at it, the Lakers' others did show up, but I don't feel like Lou Williams is going to get cold in that 7-game series, and I don't feel like Marcus Morris is going to score 1 point again. And when you're looking at the game, you see the Lakers doing a lot of switching on the offensive side of the ball, where LeBron may take the screen, and he'll have the weaker defender, which they kept doing it with the rotation of Lou Will and Patrick Beverley. But what makes the Clippers so special is they have bodies to continually throw at LeBron James over and over and over again. And the Lakers still haven't answered a couple questions for me, at least. It's like, who's going to guard Paul George? Paul George is unstoppable that whole entire game. They had no answer for him. There's no one to really guard him because LeBron's going to have to choose. You want to guard Kawhi or you want to guard PG? I mean, you get in your medicine with both of them, really. And then you just look at it from that perspective. I just don't see the Lakers' others continually showing up. Kyle Kuzma has been a continuous question mark for me when Anthony Davis and LeBron James are on the court. I don't see him doing much. It looks like they should have kept Ingram by the way he's playing. So I just think the Clippers have too many bodies on the court, and considering LeBron's age, I just think there's too many bodies, and I don't think he'll win this series. But so the Clippers have the edge to answer the question.
Cam took all my lines. I just think it's a regular season game, and March. There's only so much that can be read from this. It proves that the Lakers bench can step up when it needs to, but it also proves to me that the Clippers at full strength have played like 10 games together, and they're still kind of trying to figure out how they're going to feed all those mouths because Paul George wants his shots, Kawhi wants his shots, Lou Will wants his shots, Harrell's going to get his shots. I mean, you got to kind of learn how to coexist. And they're also adding Reggie Jackson to that, who, when they played together before, wasn't there. So I think that they're still gelling. And, I mean, the Clippers were always a team that was going to be built for the postseason. They weren't built for the regular season. They don't care about the regular season. I mean, as long as they get in the playoffs, the regular season's been a success. They're not banking everything on this. They don't need to bank a lot on this. That's why they've been load managing both their stars. I don't see how anything has changed. I've had the Clippers having the edge since the beginning of the season, and they still have the edge to me. I think Clippers in 6 is a perfect prediction. The Clippers will win in 6. That's what I'm saying. I don't see how the Lakers can consistently stop this team.
Or anyone else, for that standpoint. To switch it up, we are doing something new. We're introducing a new segment for you guys. It's going to be called, oh my God, did I forget the name of the segment? I'm just playing. But it's called Who You Got. A lot of barbershop talk goes on. Who you got, would you rather have Kobe? Would you rather have Mike? They're always comparing players in a lot of type of ways. So who you guys, basically, we're going to put 2 players or 2 teams in a situation, and you're going to simply tell us who you got. And so since I kind of came up with this new segment, I'm going to ask you guys the first who you got question.
Okay.
All right. Both are known as probably some of the most athletic point guards to ever play the game. Would you rather, who you got, one-on-one, MVP Derrick Rose or MVP Westbrook? Who you got? Why?
Because he's bigger, he's stronger, and he's just as explosive. I feel like he offers a little bit more resistance on the defensive end.
And who you got?
And both of them suck at shooting, so that's not a factor.
I hate you for this.
Who, him or me?
Him. As much as I want to say my favorite player of all time, Derrick Rose, I got to be honest with myself. I'm going with Westbrook because I feel like he's more explosive and he's going to give you 100% every single time. And I hate that I have to say that right now on record, on camera.
We'll definitely play that back.
I was going to say, save that in the archives.
We're going to play that back.
Yes. All right, you want to go next?
You go next.
Oh, okay. All right, so I'm just going to stick with basketball.
All right.
Who you got?
All right.
Prime Kevin Garnett. Prime Kevin McHale, one-on-one.
Okay. Which rules are we playing by? Like, what time are we? Are we in Kevin McHale or are we full in 2000?
Prime Kevin McHale.
Oh, well, prime Kevin McHale.
Oh, you mean like
what time period? I feel like it matters. I feel like it matters.
What's one-on-one? It's just both of them going at it. I don't think it really matters.
I'm taking Garnett, though.
Really?
When you think of outside game, when you think about pure aggression, both of them are both going to be, there's a lot of fouling going on in this game. So I don't understand how they're going to play one-on-one and keep it clean. I don't really know.
They won't. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. A fight may break out between both of them. But perimeter-wise, I'm taking KG. He just proved a little bit more to me throughout his career.
Yeah, you pretty much summed it up for me. Yeah. Okay, so.
Dad, forgive them for that.
Okay, my bad. Who you got?
There you go.
Future Trae Young or prime Steph Curry?
This is not even a question. Prime Steph Curry. My only problem with Trae Young is that sometimes I know he can shoot from the logo, but it's like he's trying to prove it to everyone else. It's like, okay, we know you can shoot from that far, Trae, but that's not always the best shot. I feel like prime Steph Curry was legitimately unstoppable because he could shoot from anywhere. He was the best free throw shooter, and there was really no guarding him from any spot on the floor. And I don't ever see Trae ascending to that type of level.
So my question is, are we talking, when you say future Trae Young, do you mean like the best possible version of Trae? Or you mean like...
Okay, yeah.
I was going to say, because if you just say future, it's just like, I don't know what he's going to be.
Yeah.
But, screw it. Future Trae Young. Because, I mean, he's honestly a better passer than Curry. And then one-on-one, I think he's got even more limitless range. I think he's got more stuff in his bag. And I feel like I gotta stand by my man. He's got it. He's gonna take Curry all the way out to the logo. He's a better shooter from out there than Curry is.
Because Curry doesn't have to prove to everyone he can shoot. Everyone knows Curry
Trey
can
doesn't
shoot.
either. You know why Trey does it? To stretch the defense. Because if he hits those shots, you got to go guard him up there.
Curry stretches the defense when he's just hitting regular shots.
No, he stretches the defense because he can hit from 30.
Yeah, but he doesn't do it all the time.
He doesn't have to because they know now, so they guard him. Shut up and move on.
Trey Young conspiracy.
Shut up and move on.
Trey Young conspiracy.
Shut up and move on.
It's crazy. The Hawks fans are just...
Shut up and move on.
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
Shut up and move on.
Oh my, all right. Last question from me, at least. Okay. Who you got? Game-winning drive. This is NFL. Game-winning drive in football. There's 50 seconds on the clock. They're playing outside. Who you got going for your team going down the field? You rather have Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers. Because Brett Favre will throw an interception.
Okay. That's all you got?
Rodgers is more likely to take care of the ball, and with 50 seconds left, if I'm trying to win the game, I want my dude to not give the ball away. Rodgers matches him in arm talent.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I mean, people say that Aaron Rodgers is the Brett Favre of, like, this generation. So I would say, yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. All right. You're not taking it.
Who you got? One-on-one matchup. Michael Thomas or Deion Sanders?
Okay, first of all, Deion Sanders is the greatest corner of all time. So I doubt there's any receiver in this day and age who's basically getting away. Tyreek Hill may give him a run for his money because Tyreek Hill is just unbelievably fast. But Deion, it was lockdown central. There was no game. I even think prime Darrelle Revis probably could have took out Michael Thomas because he would have been on that Revis island.
Who you got? The Bulls, of course, with MJ.
So the 97 Bulls?
Yeah.
Okay.
72 win? All right.
Or the Golden State Warriors with KD.
Bulls.
Golden State Warriors.
Why?
Well, first of all, it depends on which decade we're playing in because I feel like that matters. Because if there's no hand checking both sides, I just see there's more talent. Who's guarding Kevin Durant on the 97?
Michael Jordan.
Okay, who's guarding Klay Thompson?
Or help, Scottie Pippen.
Who's guarding Klay Thompson?
Scottie Pippen had the same length. He could do it.
Too many weapons on the outside.
It's Klay Thompson. You could just, he sits in the corner half the time.
No, but Klay Thompson is a great defender. Klay Thompson's going to be able to make shots. Klay Thompson's the same dude who took 13 dribbles and dropped 60 points.
Okay, so you stick a guy on him. I put Ron Harper on him. Have Ron
think-
Harper stick on him. I put Jordan on Curry because Jordan's going to force Curry to shoot like 0 of 12. Curry doesn't have the physicality to get by Jordan. And then I'll stick Pippen on Durant. And I don't got to worry about Draymond Green because he can't score. And then
I think it's interesting.
There's
That
who was their
Hampton
center that
five
year?
is different. I mean, it honestly depends on which time period they're playing in.
I don't really think it does.
It does.
I guess because
You have a
can't
Dennis
be
Rodman out there
physical.
that may kill Steph Curry. I think there's a problem there.
I mean, yeah, for sure, but
These guys may foul out. Like if it's back in that '90s era, I think the Bulls' aggressiveness would just win they're there. But if they're playing in this day and age, where the court's a little bit bigger, I think Kevin Durant can exploit
game
a
is
lot of
even in
people.
this day and age, I mean, you don't know how Curry or you don't know how Scotty or Michael could have defended in this age. They still have the length. They still have the competitive fire.
When you think of the Warriors,
still
though, they
compete.
can shoot from anywhere, though.
Okay.
The offense was basically
But if you've got to do it in your face the entire time, then it's harder to shoot.
That's the whole point of the Warriors offense. The ball keeps moving.
You're telling me that the Bulls couldn't defend that? I think they could.
I don't think they'd have. I think they have trouble, just like the rest of the league.
How would they have trouble? They have 4+ defenders on the floor
I'm
at
just
least.
saying. I just don't see it. It's a lot of movement out there. They're not playing on the inside. It's all outside. They can
You
beat
don't
you
think
both
the Bulls
ways.
can figure that out?
I don't think anyone.
they're
I don't
good.
think anyone in the night could guard Kevin Durant.
You don't think Scottie Pippen could guard Kevin Durant?
I think it's a tough task.
You don't
for
think
him.
Michael
It's a tough
Jordan
task
could
for
guard
anybody.
Kevin Durant?
It's a tough task for
Michael
anybody.
Jordan, the
Kevin
defensive player
Durant
of the
is
year.
legitimately probably one of the most unguardable players to ever touch a basketball.
Sure, but you still have defenders that can get up in them.
He's a Hawks fan, guys. We can't ever really take him seriously on this type of stage. But that's the end of our show. And we might be gone for a couple weeks because, the coronavirus, we are college students. It is affecting us as well. You guys got anything else to say?
No.
Keep throwing shots at my Hawks, man. I might just walk off this set one day.
That's all we got.
We eating, it won't be the last. Grind out the muscle, pull up. Park right on the grass. We coming in, take over everything, run it up. Nothing holding me back. 3 in the wood, rushing. I don't like Dutch, don't even matter. You know I'm a facing when I roll a paper. I like to go double.